Datuk, isu Menara KL ni makin lama makin panas, right? Ramai orang petikai. Dulu yang jaga concession Menara KL ni, one of our first towers, national symbol ni, orang Melayu yang pegang 100% Bumi Putra Company. Tetapi kenapa concession ni diberi kepada syarikat yang 70% non-bumi?
Okay.
Why can't it be given to a bumi company?
Okay. I also agree with you. Why can't it be given to a bumi company? Why does it have to be given to a Chinese company? But the issue is this, like is the issue race? Maknanya all businesses in Malaysia has to be given to a bumi company. Is that the current policy of the government? Or do we want the best person to handle the job to take up the business?
I mean, we want the best, obviously. Kita nak orang yang paling terbaik to run any companies, right? Tapi masyarakat memang petikai lah sebab they feel like makin lama orang kita ni, orang Melayu kita ni dah tak ada pegang hak dan harta important kat Malaysia ni.
Right. Well, again, it comes back to how did they qualify to actually get the contract? If everyone went through the same process, and I think in this case there was an RFP. There was an opening. There was an opening for advertisement for RFP.
Okay.
RFP ni dia panggil maknanya they request for proposal.
So this was a open tender. This was an open tender, bukan dari MCMC, tapi dari unit kerjasama awam swasta Jabatan Perdana Menteri.
UKAS.
Yeah, UKAS. So this was an open tender from UKAS. Total yang masuk berapa, Datuk?
If not mistaken, was 8 of them.
8 masuk.
And then after that, when they open it up, then parties will come in. So whoever comes in with the best proposal should win lah.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened in the tender process or this advertisement process. So whoever comes in with the best proposal should win. And in theory, if the current company which received this contract is the best company,
total berapa?
Then they should receive it.
Total berapa yang masuk? Berapa yang submit?
I'm not really aware of the number. I was looking around. I think there's 8 people who went in for the RFP.
8 syarikat yang hantar
8 yang masuk. And then from there, I think they went down to qualify only 5.
Okay.
So 5 syarikat saja yang layak untuk masuk RFP tersebut.
Okay. Termasuk tak yang company
termasuk also syarikat yang sebelum ni. Syarikat Menara KL Sdn Bhd.
They're given the what? It's not Hydro Shop, is it? Hydro Shop. They are also part of the RFP lah. Meaning diorang submit to extend their contract, betul lah? Ataupun
Correct. They were one of the parties that applied for the RFP.
They went in as Menara Kuala Lumpur Sdn Bhd, MKLSB.
Okay. So your previous majikan, your previous company also submitted, also got shortlisted, top 5. Tapi akhirnya mereka pilih to go with the apa nama syarikat tu? LSH. Which is 70% Chinese owned, 30% Malay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see the tender process. If you want to disqualify non-bumis to apply, I think the RFP must disqualify that first. If let's say the disqualification is only Bumi Putra patut masuk, then the RFP must be in that manner.
Ada ke tak tender macam tu?
I'm not sure. I think that one kena tanya this one lah.
Ada ke syarat apa? Tender kat Malaysia ni yang dia tulis khas untuk bumi saja ke? Khas untuk
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there must be something yang hanya Bumi Putra layak untuk masuk tender. I'm sure there is.
Okay.
Tapi I'm not sure in this case whether dia punya terma untuk masuk RFP ni sama hanya untuk terbuka kepada Bumi Putra ataupun kepada semua. So if let's say a company which is majority owned by Chinese got the contract, maksudnya they must have not been that restriction. So persoalan dia sekarang ni, should they have put that restriction? Should they have put a restriction that when you put in RFP, you must be a fully Bumi Putra company? I think that will be the issue.
Yeah, I mean, jujur lah Datuk, for me, I mean as a Malaysian, right? As a Malaysian, Kat rasa macam this whole race religion thing for the past 3 bulan has gotten out of hand lah. Dari isu, minta maaf lah, dari isu kuil, dari isu masjid, dari macam-macam lah. I feel like this whole rhetoric tentang Melayu ni it's a bit getting out of hand. I feel like yes, kita kena protect dan jaga our rights or our what we want to do. But tapi kat Malaysia ni ada banyak juga case yang majikan Melayu tapi tak reti uruskan business. Ada banyak case scam lah yang kita handle, case umrah scam lah, macam-macam yang orang yang buat umrah tu orang Melayu, yang jaga agensi umrah tu orang Islam, tapi last scam juga orang kita. So for me lah, business should not be looked at on the racial or religious lines. For me, as my personal opinion, kita tak perlu nilai siapa layak dari segi the colour of the skin ataupun they were born Muslim ke ataupun their race. In business, siapa yang layak adalah orang yang confirm boleh perform, orang yang layak naikkan that business. They deserve a chance.
That should be the way. That should be the way. However, it all depends on siapa yang nak dictates the terms of the RFP. If you want to say RFP cannot be a foreign company sebagai contoh, katalah foreigners cannot come in, then we know foreigners tak boleh come in. So benda ni policy tau, Cap. So in terms of policy, adakah salah kita nak buka kepada seluruh rakyat Malaysia untuk masuk tender atau kita nak letak untuk Bumi Putra saja, which is not wrong. It's not wrong to just say it's for Bumi Putra. It's also not wrong to say it's open for everyone. So in this case, it was open for everyone. And then the case is, kalau nak kata Melayu tak buat kerja betul, I don't see it as that perspective.
Exactly, yeah.
I see in the perspective who can do a better job.
I agree.
So mungkin I'm level 3, ada orang lain level 4. So for the best service to the public and also for us to bring economic wealth to the Menara KL,
correct,
the person who can do the best job should get the work.
I agree. Ada je case, Cap tak nak petik lah, takut kena saman. Tapi ada je case orang Melayu dapat concession, hapak pun tak ada. I think we would know siapa dan which siapa dapat concession. Tapi ada je orang kita yang dapat concession yang bapak besar, tapi yang untung banyak, orang atas last hasilnya rugi. Ada juga. Cuma Cap tak nak petik sebab kita selalu kena sama.
But again lah, I don't see this as a race issue lah, Cap.
It should not be. I agree.
It could have been, it could have not been, but I don't see it as a race issue. I see siapa datang dengan tawaran yang terbaik. That's why it's called a request for proposal. So in this whole context, adakah proposal ataupun tawaran yang diberikan oleh syarikat ni adalah tawaran terbaik? If tawaran dia tak sebaik syarikat sebelum ni, then the issue should come up.
Sure.
Then betul, why we take someone, sebagai contoh, if this company comes in to say that I'm going to rent this whole Menara KL for, sebagai contoh, 10,000. Alright? A new company comes in and say 1 million to rent the whole bangunan. Because Menara KL ni akan diuruskan oleh satu syarikat yang mana they have to give back some income back to the government.
Correct.
So maksudnya nak kasih balik
Menara
income.
KL is still owned by the government.
It's
sebab
still
ada
owned,
orang
definitely.
petikai benda tu. Ada
The
ramai
whole building is owned by the government.
100% owned. 100%. Yes. I have to repeat this. Menara KL is still 100% owned by Kerajaan Malaysia.
Correct. Because the issue now is not about ownership. Issue sekarang ni is about management of the building.
Tahu Datuk, tapi cyber troopers, orang awam ni ikut sentimen pasal Melayu ni, dia orang fikir hak yang pegang hak Menara KL tu dah dipindah kepada orang Cina. So sebab tu Cap nak terangkan benda tu kepada masyarakat. Menara KL is still 100%, not 99, not 98, 100% owned by Kerajaan Malaysia. Cuma yang uruskan, yang run the show is this new company. Betul?
Yes, correct. I want to give you an example. If we don't want to give any, let's not talk about race, Melayu, Cina, India ke, no. Let's talk about should a foreigner get a contract in the building. Sebagai contoh. Katalah lift yang nak naik atas, berapa tingkat lift tu? I think what, 100 flights?
80 plus.
80 plus flights. If we open an RFP for local company with local technology, sampai bila kita nak dapat lift nak naik ke atas?
100%. No,
So that's why the practicality of the whole proposal lah. Kalau kita nak cakap kita tak nak kasih certain race, okay, fair. Then how about foreigners? Because the whole building is a technological wonder.
Correct.
Yang mana you have to use some foreign technology. Correct. Are we going to cut that also? So it comes back to who can give the best service for us to get the building up and running.
Correct.
That should be the way.
I agree. I mean, kalau kita tengok contoh lain juga, contoh, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mas also bos lama ke bos baru Mak Saleh.
MAS,
MAS, I think if I'm not mistaken. Or even kita tengok football club yang selalu menang tu, dia punya head coach pun Mak Saleh juga.
Yeah.
Mungkin sebab pengalaman mereka boleh buat mereka perform terbaik.
Tapi saya tak setuju lah actually Mak Saleh jadi coach lah actually. Actually tak setuju lah.
Okay, Dato', mangsa keadaan. Kita cerita pasal mangsa keadaan. Hari ni kita ada jemput dua tetamu dari yang pernah kerja dan InsyaAllah sambung kerja dekat Menara KL.
Dah sambung.
Dah sambung dah?
Dah sambung.
Alhamdulillah. Tapi you guys jadi mangsa keadaan lah, betul tak?
Yeah.
Can you just briefly introduce yourself dan korang berapa lama kerja dekat Menara KL?
Okay, saya Indra Bakti bin Arifin. I've been working for 20 years with KL Tower.
20 tahun?
20 tahun.
Wow, okay. Sebagai apa?
Saya currently manager in event department.
Okay.
Event management department.
Okay.
Okay, saya Muhammad Faizuddin bin Salihuddin. Saya sudah bekerja lebih kurang 17 tahun since 2008. Current as a customer service cashier at Menara Kuala Lumpur for this.
Okay, so briefly apa yang berlaku sebenarnya waktu transition ni? Korang tiba-tiba dapat surat termination ke? Apa yang berlaku?
Okay, pada 18 Disember kami dikejutkan kepada semua staff diberi semua satu surat yang menyatakan perkhidmatan kami akan ditamatkan pada 31 Mac 2025.
Is that what? Berapa month notice that? Dia orang dapat
3 month notice.
3 month notice lah.
3 month notice.
You guys korang dapat 3 months notice.
Yes.
Yang you will be terminated.
Terminated. Yeah.
Okay.
Ended 31st March.
31st March. Yes.
Okay.
So kami semua bertanyakan soalan kepada management dan dia tidak boleh menjawab.
Even quiet for months.
Sebab dia orang tak tahu apa akan berlaku kot. Mungkin tak tahu ada concession tu akan sambung ke, terminated ke.
Hoping for the concession sambung kita tak pasti.
Okay. So total how many staff got the surat? Do you know roughly?
200 plus.
200 pekerja lah. Alang-alang jangan cerita pasal race awal-awal tu. Dalam 200 pekerja ni berapa persen orang Melayu?
95% Malay. The rest is Chinese.
Non-Malays lah. So 95% from the 200 are Malay workers lah. So they knew that they will be terminated by tarikh tersebut.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
Selepas dapat surat ni, kami ditawarkan kerjaan baru oleh LHA Service Master pada Februari. Yes, pada Februari untuk start pada 1 April.
Dia sekitar macam 4 Februari tu lah.
Yes.
Kami sebahagian daripada kami menerima satu memo secara digital menjemput untuk kaki tangan mengambil borang untuk surat tawaran daripada LSH SM Sdn Bhd. Mereka adakan sesi tersebut, bahkan diadakan di sebuah hotel berdepan dengan KL Tower. Apa nama? Oasia.
So diorang nak absorb semua pekerja lah.
Yeah,
semua dapat ke macam mana? Semua 200 pekerja ni dapat the offer?
Ya, semua pekerja dapat offer.
Okay.
Tetapi unfortunately, so sekitar dia 4 Februari kalau I tak silap tarikh tu, and then di petang tu juga kami dapat memo yang menghalang kaki tangan daripada mengambil tawaran tersebut.
Sebab?
Alasan diberi ada dua. Pertama, ini bukanlah arahan daripada Kementerian Komunikasi. Yang kedua adalah ia ini dilakukan ketika waktu operasi Menara Kuala Lumpur. Waktu bekerja. Di mana saya mengambil keputusan, the next day tu saya refer kepada immediate superior. I kata kita mesti boleh pergi ni. Kita mesti pergi pasal kita dah bakal kehilangan kerja start daripada 31 Mac. Saya kata saya akan hadir ketika waktu lunch hour. Itu tak salah saya kata. Dan saya selit juga. Saya kata sebenarnya kalau setakat kita macam mengular kita kerja ni, hukuman tak berat sangat, tak sampai hukum bunuh ni kata.
Ada ke hukuman Datuk? Ada ke hukuman
mengular? Kalau mengular kena patut ular, yes.
Tak berat. Saya kata dengan bos saya sendiri pun takut. Saya tak berani lah. You pergi dulu dan you beritahu apa kejadian yang berlaku. Dan I kata I akan pergi. The next day pagi early morning tu, sifat saya mudah saja. Saya rasa bahawa tawaran telah diberi, jemputan telah diberi. Kalau kita tak hadir, kesian orang yang menunggu. Pagi early morning tu sebelum operasi saya mula bekerja jam 8 pagi. Saya hubungi nombor yang tertera tu, dijawab oleh kaki tangan daripada LSH. Dia kata, you sudah kena buang mah kan, you mesti mau datang mah ambil kerja baru. Dan saya kata saya akan hadir, tetapi saya kata saya tidak boleh hadir ketika waktu bekerja kerana telah keluar memo. You berdatang mah lepas habis bekerja. Diingatkan saya bekerja shift. Diingatkan tahu operation ada shift, shift. Jadi saya kata saya bekerja, ramai daripada kita bekerja waktu pejabat. Saya kata saya, boleh tak you extend lepas pukul 5? Tak boleh mah, kita sewa sampai pukul 5 saja. Tak apa, datang lunch hour. Boleh. Dan tepat pukul 1 tengah hari tu, saya dah tunggu betul-betul. Saya tahu mungkin ada CCTV ke, ada security dia letak situ. Saya masuk dan saya naik. Dan saya ambil borang tu. Mereka pun dah nak keluar lunch tu.
Ramai tak ambil borang tu?
First mula I the first one.
Seorang?
Saya seorang je.
Yang lain takut
Orang kata, I brave dulu. Saya tak kira lah apa nak jadi lah. I nak kerja ni.
tak? Yang lain takut ke?
Takut.
Takut.
Yes.
Takut dengan
Email.
amarah tu, ugutan.
Apa yang apa yang boleh berlaku? Hold on. Kan nak faham mindset orang yang takut ni. Dah tahu akan kena buang. Betul tak?
Betul.
You guys dah tahu dah. Korang akan kena buang.
Ya.
Nak takut apa?
Ya.
Yeah, I guess because you ada 3 months notice maybe.
Yeah.
Dalam walaupun you don't do dalam 3 months tu you dah tahu nak kena buang. Tapi you still ada 3 bulan gaji lagi. Betul tak? So that is yang part yang risau.
Takut dia orang hold gaji.
Yes.
Dia hold gaji ke?
Tak, dia tak hold.
Tak ada lah. It's just that
Tapi
you have
risau lah, risau.
What if you do a breach? Daripada 3 bulan then you do a breach, you have to go through a show cause pula. I'm not saying this will happen, but I think that will be the concern. Betul.
Ada label law je tu.
It's like this. I as an employer, kalau you salah pandang I pun I boleh keluarkan show cause.
Betul.
Okay. Sama ada show cause I ni betul ke tak, itu later on you boleh ambil kat JTK. But adalah hak sebagai seorang majikan, kalau I rasa you buat benda yang bercanggah dengan apa I suruh, yes, I can take an action. So if you have that 3 months notice, and anything happens, I can suspend, I can do a show cause, I can also say I can terminate you earlier because again. So things like that can happen.
Okay.
So I can understand, I boleh faham, but that did not happen in your case.
No.
Tak adalah.
Okay, so but you're the only one brave lah.
I brave, I go in, I jumpa dengan dia orang, dan dia dalam mention surat tu mungkin dia kata ada interview so sebenarnya dia kata apa, Khairul Faizal nama dia. Khairul Faizal. Dia kata tak ada interview.
Tu nama Melayu tu.
Nama Melayu. Tak ada interview. Indra nak bagi borang je dia kata. Dia kata nak terangkan apa?
Briefing sikit.
You nak ambil kita semua with all solid gaji dan juga benefit. Indra dia kata I ambil you semua dan insya-Allah mungkin ada penambahkan. No less favorable, maybe more.
So they match your gaji, but maybe more.
Maybe more. Gaji maybe benefits. The benefits are medicals and so on. Including the cuti and so on. Kita kerja dah lama, cuti pun dah banyak.
Faham.
Takkan nak cut sampai 10 hari tak boleh kan. I tak setuju lah, I akan bangkang lah. Dia bila cakap itu, I cakap dia kata ada soalan, dia cakap mudah. Saya nak tanya tu je Encik Faizal. Yang lain tu I tak ambil tahu. Pasal I rasa dah secure. Itu je. Dia bila I balik ambil orang, boleh Faiz ada kawan saya, ada seorang kawan tu dia nak mention nama dia kata I nombor 2, Ijam nama dia. So dekat podcast ni kita sebutlah nama dia bagi dia orang kenal dia kan. Dia kata Indra aku nombor 2 tau, aku nombor 2. So Ijam dan Faiz, dan slowly lah everything kan semua datang. Ramai sampai end of the day dia orang declare semua dah habis kan. Semua dah ambil orang. Syukur alhamdulillah dia kata.
Alhamdulillah. Kan tak faham kenapa orang masih nak apa, sorry to say lah, you guys are mangsa keadaan. I mean kat masyarakat kat luar sana orang petikai sebab I faham Datuk politics kan. Semua orang nak main pasal perkauman, pasal apa race. Tapi diorang tak faham 200 workers, 95% Melayu boleh terjejas hilang kerja disebabkan permainan politik. Minta maaf lah. You know what I mean? Benda ni for me is a bit reckless. I think if you really care about your staff, if you really care about 200 pekerja 95% Melayu ni, you would prioritize diorang dulu. Jangan sebab politik belakang ni semua tengah melagakan, mereka terjejas. Kalau boleh settle mereka dulu. Orang atas gaduh antara orang atas lah. Jangan sampai orang bawah jadi mangsa. Ni pendapat Cap lah. Most cases kat luar sana, apabila orang atas gaduh, yang paling sakit orang bawah. Tapi nasib baik yang for this case, at least diorang absorb semua. Betul tak?
Yep.
Not one left behind.
No one left behind.
Alhamdulillah.
Including the top management tau.
Top management pun absorb.
Dia ambil juga.
Kira tahun ni nak duta tak? Tak lah, mana tahu. Janganlah ambil duta Cina pula. Right. If they need
I think
ambassador.
kita tengok terms of RFP pula lah.
Duta tu tak boleh controversial, kena bersih, kena tak ada isu. Okay, with duta. Okay, so that means they absorb you guys.
Yeah. We are very lucky, no. We are not in the tower, but they still pay our salary.
Atas ihsan.
Tak isan. So
Company
because,
baru.
because first April, we are not in the tower anymore.
Oh yeah.
First April, they dah lock the door.
Yeah, I saw Kecho.
Yeah.
First Raya, if I'm not mistaken, first Raya they close the doors.
They close the door.
Because?
Because they said they don't want to go out. They want to file the injunction and so on. They said they want to continue with the business. This is not right. Whatever lah, they want to claim.
Tapi tu lah Datuk. I mean Datuk, your contract dah end benda ni, faham tak? I mean sentiment social media tu satu hal, tapi apa yang Cap nampak, the drama on social media, sebenarnya concession dah habis.
Yeah.
Right? By law, they have to move on, betul tak?
By law, they should actually, not by law, by contract, they should actually go out. But if they don't want to remove themselves from the premises, then we have to take a court order, which has happened in this case. Ada injunction masuk semua. So in terms of contract, yes, they should have gone out. In terms of law, yes, they can stay there and fight the case and get a court order and so forth. And kalau dia tak nak keluar, then you have to get a court order to take them out. Dia macam tu undang-undang.
Wow.
So just as simple as this.
Okay.
You have a tenant who has not been paying you 6 months. You tak boleh potong elektrik, air dia, pecah rumah dia masuk buang baju. You tak boleh. Dia dah bertahun-tahun duduk rumah you, you kena go to court and get a proper court order to take them out.
Really?
Same thing like this.
Oh.
But what to do, that's the law. So kontrak cakap lain, tapi undang-undang tu kalau dia tak nak ikut kontrak, you have to go to court.
Yes.
And kalau go to court, you kena ada perintah injunction untuk supaya dia keluar daripada premise. Without that, there's nothing to compel them to go out and they can stay there forever if there's no injunction.
Wow. That's how it works.
Yes.
Huh. So based on you guys you're happy with your new bosses?
Why not? We just continue working as usual.
Have you apa okay, contoh lah, apa yang beza? Any difference that you notice when you go to work? Ada
So far we haven't have not get into the office yet, but maybe new desk ke, new chairs ke, for sure lah. That's for sure. Because currently yang ada sekarang pun dia dah pecah kan.
maksudnya all the furniture.
Yes, the furniture
Oh,
they
they remove
take out,
already.
they remove all the furniture.
Okay.
So for sure I can ada new table lah.
New desk.
New
But
chair.
that was part of the contract to remove everything also.
Yes, as part of their dealing.
Okay.
That's what I heard. It's their dealing. Because
Is to bring back the premise to as is lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saya berharap lah ala-ala Datuk yang Datuk kata we want the best to get the contract.
Correct. It should be that way lah.
Yeah.
It should be that
So
way.
I hope you have a better desk atau better environment.
Yes.
I think better services, better output.
Yeah.
And we will only find out after 6 months maybe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Maybe
betul.
after 6 months kita kembali balik and I will ask you the same question.
Okay.
How's your new majikan, right?
Yeah.
Bila masuk lift tu, lagu negaraku bahasa Cina ke bahasa Melayu? You know what I mean? Hopefully there's nothing drastic change, right?
Yeah.
But you know, apa yang masyarakat kena tahu, KL Tower is still owned by Kerajaan Malaysia.
I tak suka lah sentimen perkauman ni. Because I punya neighbour pun Cina. Dah baik betul-betul dengan I. Anjing dia pun baik dengan I. Nasib baik lah I tak boleh berani. I tak boleh nak keluar. Dia suruh you take care of my dog lah. You to go out tu kan. Tapi dia macam tu lah kata. Bila I nak bawa sentimen perkauman tu, masa I dalam TikTok pun ada mention. Dalam dengan Malaysia Gadget dia kata tak sedap lah.
I agree.
Pasal kita macam berpura-pura. I baik dengan dia. At the same time behind I kata I tak suka dengan kaum and so on. They're still Malaysian.
Yeah, I think that's something that I think we Malaysians as we progress, kita kena lagi matang lah bab-bab ni. Apa yang kita nak ajar anak-anak kita. Kalau kita dah start racist, minta maaf lah sebab kita kan ada banyak case. Datuk 3-4 months ni Cap punya Facebook timeline sampai Cap kena block few people sebab dah jadi terlalu racist dah. Sampai dah tak masuk logik dah. Cara dorang everything dorang punya kiblat ni sentiasa pasal race.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like this is detrimental to Malaysia. Right? For me, may the best man win. Tetapi kita berharap kerajaan Malaysia, whoever is lah, kerajaan Malaysia akan sentiasa jaga hak kita. I think that is a sacred punya understanding sacred from the beginning of Malaysia, benda tu kena sentiasa protect. Tapi when it comes to business, I agree. The best man has to win. Kita kena stop bagi project kepada apa, just because dia kawan Melayu kita ke, kita bagi concession kat dia, tapi last
Yeah, maybe another way, Cap.
Yeah.
Another way of looking at it is, kalau memang betul lah policy kita supaya we have equality totally nak masuk tender semua, maybe put in the RFP, every company must have all 3 races. Maybe. So it all comes back to the terms of the RFP lah. If the terms of RFP kita nak hadkan certain people untuk masuk tu, honestly, Cap, I don't find any problem of doing that. But you have to be fair and justify kenapa. Yeah. Kalau you nak buat masjid sebagai contoh lah, you nak buat masjid, you nak suruh a non-Malay contractor tu buat, maybe it's not the right this one for a mosque, maybe. So same thing here. Kalau you boleh find a context and logical kenapa you kata bangsa lain tak boleh, tak apa. Then you justify that. Kalau tidak, you nak buat another way, you kata all 3 bangsa kena ada. Katalah, I need one Malay, Chinese, Indian in one company, then come in tender sebagai syarat RFP. That should be done if you want it that way. But that policy kat Malaysia ni kita tak jelas lagi. Kita tak jelas. So selagi tak jelas, we fall back on merits. The best man win.
I agree. I think
you know?
I think business must be based on merit, Dato'. Minta maaf lah. I've never seen or heard companies being built based on skin color or apa?
Not really,
race.
Yes, this is Malaysia.
Isn't this?
But this is Malaysia, of course.
What do you mean by this is Malaysia?
This is Malaysia. We got a different set of
mindset, culture.
No, we got a different set of rules for how we manage the society here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Manage business or society?
Business and society, both.
Society
You see, the
management.
politics in Malaysia requires some sensitive maneuvering. Okay. Dulu tak jadi macam ni. Dulu every company, Cap, you need a Bumi Putra to even set up and do business last time. Then after that there was a policy to remove the need to have a Bumi Putra in the company.
Tahun berapa tu?
I think this was in the 90s or in the year 2000 something.
Zaman
last
tu,
time.
zaman
you dah ada, Cap, tapi
tak,
probably
PM
too young.
PM siapa?
I won't say which PM, but if you go into this one, you will actually see there was a reversal of needing a Bumi Putra to be in the company for certain businesses. Dulu, you must need a Bumi to be in a company. And some countries, kalau you pergi other countries, Indonesia ke, you cannot open up sendiri and buat business ni, tak boleh.
Tu lagi havoc.
So what I'm saying is this, if we really want that, let us all come together and bincang-bincang, okay, kalau nak buat projek macam ni, kerajaan punya 3 race kena masuk. But that policy selagi tak ada, then we fall back on default lah. And the default is open to everyone. Dia macam tu lah.
And for me, in terms of employment, we got labour law. If they say I'm not happy with them, I can only get an advice from the labour office. So because, like I said, that buildings belong to the government, owned by the government. This is the company that come and manage it.
Correct.
So I mean, deal with them.
Correct.
So I cannot see that they are going to sideline kita ke, nak discriminate kita, no such thing.
I wish you guys all the best in your future employment. Alhamdulillah, tak ada gaji potong. Tak ada apa-apa, any tindakan on you guys, all good? Semua okay?
Kalau tak icon Cik Fahir, tolong Cik Fahir janganlah potong. Banyak bil nak bayar ni.
At least sekarang when you have a Chinese boss, you can get duit raya and kongsi facai money. Sebelum ni mungkin duit raya je sampai kan. Sekarang ni at least you have Chinese New Year angpao.
Angpau pun dah banyak kali dapat lah.
Oh ya, sebelum ni juga.
Daripada LSH, hari tu kita ada majlis raya. Before the raya also ada angpau. Masa majlis raya ada game semua ada angpau juga.
Wow.
Okay lah.
InsyaAllah.
Very grateful lah. Saya bersyukur lah. Alhamdulillah.
Waktu the transition, was your previous majikan were they helpful untuk korang transition?
That is quite tricky. Okay, the story is like this. Selepas kami dijemput untuk mendapatkan borang tu, the next day I pergi, I dapatkan borang, I perlu melengkapkan borang tersebut. Bila I lengkapkan beberapa hari kemudian, saya dapati ada sebahagian part yang mana saya perlukan data. Data tu bukan sekat umur saya dan sebagainya atau nombor IC. Itu adalah surat lantikan, gaji, anything berkaitan lah yang ada dalam fail peribadi. Jadi saya cuba dapatkan daripada pihak Human Resource. Dan saya diberitahu, dia kata boleh tak you email and so on pada management. Then I create one email, I letak lah, I perlukan surat lantian, surat promotion ke and so on. Saya pernah dipinjamkan ke Telekom Malaysia selama 5 tahun. So isu tu I minta juga surat tu. And then dibalas dengan satu jemputan mesyuarat. I send it I think Friday pagi, petang tu jemputan mesyuarat pada Isnin pagi, dan tidak dinyatakan sebab apa, tapi I rasa mesti berkaitan dengan perkara tersebut lah. Yang dijemput adalah macam Encik Faiz dan beberapa lagi kaki tangan.
Okay.
Pagi tu I masuk dan Datuk as chairman, dia MD. Datuk MD, CEO dan board members, dan kami semua, dia terangkan dia tak boleh bagi data tersebut kerana dia buat satu macam segitiga. Dia nyatakan bahawa dealing ni antara MKLSB dengan LSH, segitiga yang atas tu adalah Kementerian Komunikasi. So patutnya arahan tersebut bukan daripada Kementerian Komunikasi, dia tak boleh serah kepada saya. He don't want to open the floodgate, dia kata. So kalau saya dapat data tu,
You
dia kena
you need the data untuk
isi borang dan diserahkan kepada LSH.
your new company lah.
Yes.
Untuk basically for your new job interview, you need this data.
Dia data. I need
Tapi
data.
your previous majikan tak nak bagi.
Tak nak bagi.
Because they said because apa?
Arahan tu bukan daripada Kementerian Komunikasi, hanya daripada LSH. Dia kata itu ada salah.
I see.
Dan dia refuse to give. So I terpaksa refer to LSH. Dia kata I cannot give you because they refuse to give. I bagi dia screenshot of my email and then jemputan mesyuarat and so on lah.
So basically your previous majikan apa?
Whole eye.
I see.
Dia whole eye kat situ. Itu yang I worry. So tapi LSH they are doing very good. Dia kata tak apa Indra, will get from them soon.
Okay. So like I said Dato', the staff last akan jadi mangsa keadaan.
Kami tu.
Because they just want a job. Diorang hanya nak bekerja. Diorang nak make sure that gaji diorang tetap ada. Right? You're talking about 200 people here. 200. 95% orang Melayu. Right? Takkan kita nak anaya mereka disebabkan orang atas tengah gaduh ke, tak tahu apa yang berlaku. Kita kena sentiasa jaga staff, insyaAllah.
Tapi nasib baik lah yang kata I ambil borang tu. So menunjukkan bahawa kita ni ada effort juga. Kita memang nak join diorang. So let's say kalau I tak buat, I just keep quiet. You bayangkan last 31 Mac tu, 1 April tu, gate kunci, we are nothing.
Correct.
Macam mana LSH nak bayar gaji kita? You tak terima tawaran kita pasal dia dah mention situ by 28 February last. Lepas tu maksudnya kalau you tak terima, you tak fill up the form, you didn't get back to us, maksudnya you tak terima offer kita. So macam mana? Itu memang kes nyaya lah. Itu baru penganiayaan.
Out of all 200, semua happy tak? Untuk pindah untuk apa yang bos baru ni?
Diorang worry in terms of tak dapat kerja je. Kalau ikutkan dapat pindah baru, kalau semua sama, semua happy.
So sekarang ni?
Happy lah.
So everyone, no one, none of the previous staff complain. Tak ada
Mana tak ada komplain. Tak ada yang kata
satu
nak
pun,
join.
satu staff lama tak pernah complain ke yang majikan baru ni bos Cina?
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
So yang marah ni masyarakat lah.
Masyarakat. Yang marah.
Tapi yang kerja korang.
Yang gue gitu lah.
Tapi yang marah masyarakat.
Masyarakat yang marah.
Yang kerja korang. Yang marah masyarakat. Macam ni bro, you suruh masyarakat datang Menara KL jadi customer service. Baru dia rasa sikit susah macam mana nak kerja dekat Menara KL tu kan. Listen guys, it's just the owner of KL Tower is still Kerajaan Malaysia. Hanya yang uruskan pejabat tersebut bukan orang Melayu.
Tapi jangan lupa ada Melayu tu, Encik Faizal 30%.
Ya, ada Melayu. Masuk cap. I think this is blown out of proportions. Owner of the tower, owner masih Kerajaan Malaysia. PM ni masih Melayu. Right? Cuma kita punya boss tu yang mungkin sign your gaji, your check, dia bukan berbangsa Melayu Dato'. Apa salah dia? Kita masuk 7E, beli barang. Dato' tengok Astro tak? Astro.
Tengok
Majority not Malay. SIM card apa? Maxis Holding. Majority not Malay. Bukan majority Melayu. Pernah pergi Sawai Lagoon? Siapa tahu pernah pergi Sawai Lagoon? I'm telling you right now, Malaysia, I'm gonna make one call Caprice Lagoon. And I hope Malay show up and support my Caprice Lagoon. I just need a piece of land. I'll make my Caprice Lagoon. Listen guys, stop it with this whole nonsense about kauman. Tu bos mereka. Kalau bos korang, anaya korang, call Caprice. Tak kisahlah bangsa apa, kita tetap akan bantu dan berjuang untuk korang.
Thank you.